We have a way for you to be mobile in the classroom. We have a way for you to be able to get out from behind the computer and controlling the smartboard and actually use your Chromebook. You can flip it open into a tablet, or you can just walk around with it open like a laptop and project to your smartboard and show what you're doing and be mobile and be among the students. So it's called Google Cast for Education. It's a free tool. It works with all Chrome devices, and I'm going to show you how to get set up. Most of you all have a desktop computer hooked up to your smartboard in your classroom. We're going to have to start there on the desktop computer. So I'm going to show you a step of downloading the extension for Google Cast for Education. It's going to have to be done on your desktop in your classroom that's hooked up to your smartboard. If you have a laptop that's hooked up to your smartboard, that's what you're going to want to use. The Chromebook will come into play later, and that will be how you actually cast. But we have to do some setup first. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to get you started, and we're going to do some setup. All right, here we are at our handy dandy Google homepage here. We need to get to the Google Chrome store. So you can either type in Chrome Web Store, or you could click up here where it says Store in the top left from the Google homepage. I've already typed in Google or Chrome Web Store, so I'm going to go with that. Opens up, I've got Chrome Web Store. That's what I want, first one. Now, there's a search bar up here on the top left that I'm going to use. I'm going to click in there, and what I need to type in is Google Cast for Education. And after I hit return, I get a list of what's returned. It's extensions right here. The very top one is Google Cast for Education. I will click on this blue button over here on the right that says Add to Chrome. And yes, add extension. And you notice it pops up on my Chrome browser in the top right hand corner. It says Google Cast for Education has been added to Chrome. Great news. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. I'm going to actually click on it to get started. I'm going to click this green box, and it opens up with some settings. Now this is initial setup. Now remember, this is all on your desktop in your classroom that's hooked to the smartboard. So I need to give it a receiver name. What I recommend is you want to name it the letters of your school. So you could type in LHS and then your room number, LHS 300. If you're at GMS, GMS call letters, and then your room number. That's the way I recommend doing it. That way it doesn't get too confusing, because if more people are using Google Cast for Education, there's multiple rooms that would show up. You would know which one's yours because it would be your room number and your building. So I'm going to type in LHS 1000 just because I really don't know the room number to the tech office. So now I've clicked save, and it's asking me who has access. Now this can get really complicated, but I'm just going to skip past this. Essentially here you can add classrooms from your Google Classroom in order for students to broadcast. They would have to request, but this is just kind of an initial getting in the waters with Google Cast for Education for you to be able to show what you have. As you get used to it, then shoot me an email, shoot Chris an email, and we'll come to your room and we'll say, all right, let's get started with getting students sharing their screens with you as well. But for now, I'm just going to say nobody, and I'm just going to say close. And this is the screen that you're left with. You have a gray background with the date and time on it, and down in the bottom left you'll notice you see your receiver name, which is your school and your room number. Now that we see our school and our room number, we are going to leave this open. We want to make sure that we have Google Cast for Education open and running on our Windows machine, and we're going to hop over to our Chromebook, and I'll show you how to get your Chromebook image over into this window that's projecting onto your smartboard. All right, on our Chromebook, now that we're here, we need to be able to show what's going on inside of our Chrome browser. So inside of Chrome, there are, over here on the right, there are 3 dots. Knowing that my GoogleCast for Education is running on my computer, that gray screen is pulled up, I can go over to my Chromebook, and I am now Chromebook Central. That's where I'm working from. If I click the 3 dots on the right and go down this list to where it says Cast, when I click Cast, my Chromebook is looking for somewhere to send this image to. I see LHS 1000. Now, it's important to know where it says Cast to, you'll see a little drop-down box. Make sure underneath that is your school Google address. You don't want it to be your personal one, you want it to be the school one. But then if you click that little drop-down arrow right there, you get an option. Do I want to cast just a Chrome tab, or do I want to cast my entire desktop? Do I have multiple tabs open and I want to skip around between those, or am I just working in one? That's really all up to you. For me, I'm going to choose Cast Tab. Now, after choosing whether you're going to cast desktop or cast tab, you will select your computer, and then this is the dialog. This is what pops up. It says Casting Chrome Web Store, GoogleCast for Education, and you can either close this out so you've got a better view. So if I hit the X, whatever I'm doing here is actually showing over on my smartboard. When I am done, I can simply go over to the GoogleCast. It's a little blue button over here on the right. You'll see it. When I click that, it brings back up this box, and I can click Stop. And then I'm done. Simple as that. If you need any help, send Chris and I an email, and we'll come by and we'll assist you in this. But for the most part, I hope this was helpful.